Jobos Bay National Marine Research Reserve contains mangrove islands and coral reefs within its boundaries, including mangrove forest, lagoons, salt flats, dry forest, and seagrass beds. These ecosystems provide the habitat for a great diversity of flora and fauna, including several rare and endangered species, as the brown pelican, the peregrine falcon, the Puerto Rican plain pigeon, and the yellow-shouldered blackbird. Two other endangered species encountered in the reserve are the hawksbill sea turtle and the West Indian manatee.
The Jobos Bay NERR covered an area of 10,994 acres, or 44.5 square kilometers, to include lands and waters that are necessary to protect the ecological functionality of the estuarine system. Some of the central Aguirre Sud sugar mill buildings, structures and facilities have been demolished. Only a few have been remodeled after the closing of the mill. Some of them are located within the reserve boundaries, such as the Visitor Center, formerly the American Club, and the train station. These are located in the Aguirre Management Unit. Along the coast, the surface of the Fan Delta sequence is separated from the Caribbean Sea by a narrow land marine transition zone of marsh and mangrove swamps, tidal and supratidal salt flats, and beach deposits. In the Jobos Bay area, mangroves, marshes, and tidal flats are mostly restricted to those areas, protected by offshore fringing reefs. Within the marsh and mangrove swamp area, the Fan Delta deposits are mostly overlain by organically rich clay deposits. Four species of mangroves are found within the Jobos Bay NERR: the red, black, white, and bottomwood mangroves. The majority of the shoreline in Jobos Bay is dominated by red mangrove. This species is the most water tolerant of the four mangrove species and borders all the Jobos Bay's undisturbed shoreline. It represents the transition between the bay and the upland. Mangroves also provide nesting sites for both native and migratory birds. Mangroves support higher fish densities and biomass than unconsolidated sediments. Snowbirds, grunts, schoolmasters are most abundant in mangroves and nearshore environments. Mar Negro mangroves also provides habitat for the endangered yellow-shouldered blackbird, Agelaeus xanthomus. The hydrologic conditions of the area are typically of a semi-arid region. The Jobos Bay watershed does not contain one single river network that accumulates surface water through the basin. This watershed contains a variety of distinct pathways by which surface waters are contributed to Jobos Bay. These include perennial stream discharges, intermittent stream discharges that join and flow directly into the bay and diffuse over land runoff. Groundwater is the main source of fresh water for the Jobos Bay estuary. Jobos Bay NERR is located along the South Coastal Plain Aquifer, which extends from the municipality of Ponce to Patillas. The outer keys, as Pájaros, Barca, and Caribe, consist mainly of red and white mangrove fringe, which delimited coastal strands communities in the interior. The keys are composed of sand, gravel, volcanic rock cobble, and shell fragments. Beaches along the coastal margin consist primarily of carbonate sand derived from nearby fringing reefs. Jobos Bay is a shallow embayment with a maximum depth of around 30 feet. It is a semi-enclosed body of water separated from the open ocean by barrier reefs. Connection to the open ocean is via a few channels cutting across the barrier reefs and mangrove complex of Cayos Caribe, Cayos de Barca, Cayo Morrillo, and Cayos de Pájaros. The reserve also provides an important habitat for the North shark, Gymnostoma cirratum. Jobos Bay NERR is host of one of the few reproduction sites for the North shark in Puerto Rico. This species has been observed arriving to the reserve during the summer to a specific area in the eastern coastal waters of Mar Negro. This species is often found on rocky and coral reefs, in channels between the mangrove keys and on sand flats, making Jobos Bay an excellent habitat for mating. In this mating ground, at least aggregation of up to 4 individuals have been documented. During the past decade, only up to half of that has been observed, and as low as 6 of them. The lack presence of neonates and juveniles may indicate a priority that the mating area in Jobos Bay is not a nursery ground for this species. The North shark mate usually in mid-June to early July, and they reach up to a total length of 280 centimeters. Usually, they have a biennial reproductive cycle, due to females' 2 years ovarian cycle producing brood every 2 years, with a gestation of 5 to 6 months, with a median of 34 young. The North shark feeds heavily on bottom invertebrates, such as spiny lobster, shrimps, crabs, sea urchins, squid, octopus, marine snails, and bivalves, and also fish, including herring, sea catfish, mullet, parrotfish, surgeonfish, puffers, and stingrays. This is an inshore bottom shark of the continental and insular shelves in tropical and subtropical waters, often occurring at depths of 1 meter or less, but down to at least 12 meters. The North shark is often found on rocky and coral reefs and channels between mangrove keys and on salt flats, making Jobos Bay an excellent habitat for this large fish.